Hello, everyone, and welcome to another review of Affliction Esports. Today, we are reviewing Week 7 as we prepare to get into the Week 8 games before playoffs. Today, I am joined by Bostrold, Richard Blow, Law, Stand Ready, ADHD, and Northwolf. So, say hello to the Peanut Gallery. Yeah, if you want to say hi, go for it.
Hi,
Hello.
Peanut Gallery.
I'm
Hello,
depressed.
everyone.
I'm more of a
Hello.
cashew man myself.
Oh my gosh.
I can appreciate that, Richard.
Anyways, y'all, without further ado, let's get straight into the first game, which was Collective Odyssey versus Rockport. And here it is.
I see a fiddlesticks, and I'm afraid.
I just want to
My
say,
man's got more than 50% kill participation on that fiddlesticks.
Yeah.
We've got
Also,
a 5-1 Maokai.
Fasting Senna.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
draft,
Wait, what is this?
the
Only we're
Katarina
allowed to do
really
that.
threw us for a loop. We were not expecting this guy to play Katarina at all.
I feel like Katarina sucks against your comp, though.
Yeah,
is
it
the
does.
problem.
Little bit.
Like, it's very bad against Kench and Maokai and
Oh.
Fiddlesticks. Like, it's just miserable.
Seraphine. Presses
Also,
W.
why'd you take Dark Harvest?
Was Katarina a last pick, or was it picked early?
I think it was one of the last pick. Like he was countered to your mid laner, and I think the last pick was the Maokai in that comp. Like when we saw the Katarina, we knew that we needed a Maokai just to shut her more down than expected.
Yep. Kind of rough. I would imagine that's part of the story. Also, 0-4 Hecarim. Don't hate to see it. I feel like Hecarim has a pretty good matchup in the Fiddlesticks, so
I still
I
feel
just
like
like
he
the
should
story
have
of the
just
game to
went
me.
tank Hecarim instead of
That is a
Thunder.
heck of a front line. And
Yeah.
of course, with the fiddlesticks, if you face check the wrong bush, you're just dead. And
Yeah.
Zio couldn't quite pull it out.
What is Fiddle's items, by the way? Why does he not have at least 2 items with 10k gold?
He's a good boy, okay?
On the bright side, I am proud. Jarny's show did do well enough. She just
True.
couldn't win.
True. Both
He
teams
also
played
built a
great.
random dancer second, which is so good. Not enough people do that. I assume it was second. Maybe it was third. I don't know. But
I
he
don't
built
know.
it, and it's a good item.
Something
Just build
interesting in
it.
this game is I'm assuming this is CO, yeah. Collective Odyssey got all the dragons. I mean, they had 3 dragons. They were on Soul Point for, I'm assuming, a large part of the game.
Bet you're right.
Like, what happened there?
Yeah, I expect that's a result of the fasting Senna, which is always going to be under tower, and you just kind of have to see it dragon control. As somebody that plays a lot of fasting Senna, it's pretty hard to get prio with that, and you just seed control of dragons. And I assume that CO punished that well.
Yeah, exactly. And like in that time, you need to prioritize the hero, and that's what Sean did in that game. Like the hero was the prio, and we got goal from that in the mid lane and bot lane because of that. So sometimes it's just you need to, if you concede Drake, you need to get the riff. If you don't get the riff, you lose more than expected. So that's
Yeah.
always a trade-off. You need to be aware and do it. If you don't do it, you will just lose the game more than you expect.
With
Yeah.
Fiddlesticks, Senna, and Tompkins, you're just gonna have no Dragon Prio at all.
Yeah.
And Seraphine, too, to make matters even worse.
This team comp, you guys just have like negative prio in every lane.
Yeah.
Then 20 minutes rolls around and suddenly the dragon pit is the death pit.
That's
Pretty
fairly true.
much.
Anyways, y'all, let's get on to game 2, which was another Rockport win to clean a 2-0 sweep.
Oh, Poppy Jungle. Kian would love you.
Yeah, Bobby Jungle's pretty good actually. I like it.
Yeah, it's really underrated.
It's a good flex
For
pick too.
Yeah.
Collective was ahead of most of the game that game. Like they just couldn't close up the game, and we made the comeback.
So there's
Yeah,
CLG.
if you look, it's 48-minute game.
Dang.
Holy moly.
So basically, Collective Odyssey is CLG. They have really good openings, but they can't close.
Yeah, so
Fair enough.
that actually does look like a difficult comp to close with, just because like their primary engage is Scion, which isn't really all that reliable. So it's kind of hard to like force the issue with a Graves Vigar. Vigar is obviously pretty good at peeling for himself, but Baby Cage isn't really the best engage tool if it's like your primary engage. So I don't really think they drafted enough proactivity.
Which team got an Elder Dragon?
I mean,
Yes.
they have 4 dragons each. Like, so probably both of them.
No,
Yeah.
because one got
Oh, no, you're
sold, the
right.
other one would have gotten Elder.
I really don't remember because it
I-
was a 50-minute game, but all I remember is we should not have won this game at all.
So just looking at this, it's
Fucking
kind of
reboot.
curious. In 48 minutes, the Galio couldn't get level 18.
Yeah, it's pretty insane to
supports
me.
are-
I mean,
That's
same
not
with the
as
jungle
surprising
and the
to
Rel.
me
I mean,
as it is to you. That's not that is not surprising to me.
Okay, 17 is okay, but level 15 Galio. What the heck was going on in mid lane?
yeah.
It's not the
Yeah,
mid
that
lane,
was
it's the
support.
support.
It's
It's a
support.
support.
Wait, is the support Galio? Okay, that makes
Yeah.
a lot more sense.
You know, it makes
My
more
brain just
sense,
like
but
short circuited.
and really, it looks like this game was pretty much a battle between.
3 Barons.
That's a lot.
What I can say about that game is just like Collective should have won that game, but they just mismanaged their Baron, their wave, and in the end they just get like pick one after
Yeah.
one, and one of the big play of the game. And I say that just because sometimes it's fun to just like brag, but the Ornn E in front of the Sion when he has a good heal just fucked them up and kept like the Seraphine and the Trist alive to win the game. So sometimes you need to put your corpse into into the train. to
Yeah,
win a game.
they were ahead all game, but their late game macro was very lackluster for what they should have been doing.
I think with Veigar, it's pretty easy to siege turrets, especially when the enemy team is kind of lacking wave clear versus Baron minions. But
I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
they just never did that. They
yeah.
got picked.
That feels so rude though, because Veigar should just essentially be able to cage anyone off who tries to clear the wave, and then just burst him down and just send siege it. But yeah, a little bit of a rough game.
So yeah, if Collective just had bad macro, that I would lose a game in 48 minutes.
both teams did hella well though. Veigar, Sion, and then Ornn,
Anyways,
Surfing, blah blah.
Yeah,
onwards.
and that was the first series. Let's head on to the second series between Oasis and the Trench. And here is game 1.
That's a Phantom Dancer Kaisa.
That is a
Yes,
Phantom Dancer
indeed.
Kaiser.
That is
I
an
do have a
8-1
problem
Urgot.
with the Gore Drinker Urgot though. It worked, but I don't like it.
So I'm
No,
actually in
I-
disagreement with you. I think it's
I-
not bad.
I think it's not bad, but you could it's depend against what you are like against
Quirky
the
Caitlyn.
yeah against that I'm
mean-
not sure. I think you could like go for Frostfire or like
I would say
this,
Stridebreaker.
Stridebreaker
Also,
would be
so far
good.
ahead.
is like
Definitely
the way to
Stride.
go on. It's so OP on him right now. Like
Yeah.
Stridebreaker E combo is kind of gross on Urgot.
No one can dodge that except maybe Fiora and possibly Riven if you're fast.
But
Apparently, people are just
Titanic
rushing
Hydra is OP
Titanic on
him.
him.
yeah,
it's
speaking,
Titanic
that's what I
Hydra
would do.
to,
What's up with
Titanic.
Ravenous Hydra on Urgot? What is that item doing for you?
Okay, I
I mean,
think
it
that
does
I
do a
think that's
lot of-
fine than the Gore Drinker.
I
in
think
all
it was
honesty.
the old build. I think it's the old build, but he probably just doesn't know about the new one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
It is nothing
all I
but
can say is
overload.
that the Tiamat passive is insane on Urgot because his W
Yeah, it
constantly
is
procs
really
it.
nice.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's a very efficient item on him.
Then at the moment, this is going away next patch, so abuse this while you can, fellas.
Yeah, it's really
The
strong.
Titanic Hydra on hit basically gets applied at 75% power 3 times per second. Pros are just rushing it before they're mythic.
I just want to point out, look how little skill shots Oasis has in this comp.
Yep.
Oof.
How
Morgana
many skill shots
Q,
do they really have?
Urgot ult, and
Two?
Kaisa W.
Yeah.
Realistically,
Malzahar.
Malzahar Q.
It's
Malzahar
really
Q.
Malzahar Q is
straightforward
technically
point
one,
and
but
click.
if you miss that, you're bad.
Udyr's point
I
and
am
click.
bad.
I really like that comp actually. I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's
Udyr with
solid.
his 4 skill
Yeah,
shots.
it'd be really easy to pull off.
Yeah, Urgot.
Look, Udyr
Urgot
is
with
the skill
IO.
shot. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. So yeah, just like a clean pickup. And you know, if Marion's just gonna pop off and Kaisa and do whatever, well, they're gonna let him do whatever. I mean, it's a free win.
Wait, General Buff played A carry this game.
He did, and he didn't do half bad. Then again,
I'm
it's,
pretty sure I watched this game because I think I watched their mid laner stream and it was just weird. But yeah, they just weren't really coordinated when I was watching their team fights. Like there was moments where their jungler would just get caught or like would go in, but the rest of the team just was not there. Like it's weird.
yeah, and that'll cost you.
Trench's comp makes sense, but I don't like Corky at all. I just don't think he's a good champion right now.
Yeah, he built the healing reduction, but I don't know. I think it should have been just on someone
What
else.
is that build?
It's just like you the thing it's like the trans doesn't have anything to peel off the Udyr or somebody that go on them, and like the Udyr can just run free at them easily. And
Wait, hang on. How the heck did they not shut down Udyr? He went Ghost, and you have a Jarvan. You just press R on him, and he can't play the game.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it would. I don't know.
You don't
It's
have
been
you
good
don't
protection.
you can stuck him into the Jarvan, but the Jarvan will die, or like you have Gold Drinker, but after that it's just like it's a free. If the
Even then, you can EQ it. I'm gonna just say it. One, I appreciate that Zill is announcing to us that he's bad at Udyr by going Ghost.
Yeah, I don't like Ghost on Udyr either.
Yeah,
personally,
it's
but
appreciated.
it worked, so I'm not gonna criticize too much.
Yeah, he had no business working against J4. I'm just gonna say better team won. I'll let you make what conclusions you will from that. Let's go next.
Yeah. Here is whoops, that is not right. Here
That
is
is
game
just a very
2.
bad.
They let him 2, 6, and 16, Kaisa.
Interesting.
Kaisa support, Kane ADC.
Let's
I
go.
like
You got the same build.
And
like
Mal's
I got.
popping off too. A little bit.
I think by taking that maybe the Kane was blue Kane, but I'm not like with Pro
Yeah, it's
Recla,
blue Kane.
I think it's
Yeah.
blue Kane, so like
Yeah, there's no way it's not.
he just like kill anything that is
The
like,
Vayne just dies.
exactly the only
True.
bright thing it's maybe the Wukong that can win the lane against the Urgot, but it's like still tough to pull out right now because
Blue.
you go like in the range where Urgot is strong, so.
Yeah,
Hey,
Blue
Neptune, can
Cane
you
is a
put-
very hard counter to Lilia, by the way. So
What's up?
like even outside of Blue Cane is a very hard counter to Lilia because he power farms just as well as she does, and he can just kind of blow her up anytime he catches her in the jungle by herself. The 1v1 is very easy for Kane, and she's
Can you
also
go
a
back
ranged
to
champion.
the previous game real fast?
Yeah, sure. Anything you're looking at?
Feathers had the most CS and the most gold in both games by far.
Because
I
he,
think yes as well, bro.
because
All he
it's-
does is yes.
Actually,
Yeah,
get
it's
this.
good.
Yeah, but I mean, altogether, Feathers has been in top 3 for CS the entire league.
So within
Yeah.
15-second difference, he had this is 17, 21, 50. He's so same amount of gold every game. So it shows consistency at least.
Yeah.
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 He's been
True.
consistent in top CS the entire league.
Also, Vigor is 0-2 in the league now, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah,
That is annoying.
he's not in a great spot right now, but like I think he could be good in this league if played around properly.
He is deceptively strong, so I hope people will continue to play poorly because I freaking hate that champion.
I think right now it's mainly used as like a comp counter to Hecarim. Other
Yep.
than that, I don't really see it played.
I agree with that statement.
hmm And with that, let's go on to the third series we had between Lit Club and Hibernation, which I believe 1, 2, 3,
I watched some
5.
of the games.
Here we go.
We ran it. We ran it this game.
Little
We
bit.
ran it down.
The thing I saw, it's everyone losing with Cho'Gath, and I don't know how you managed to lose with Cho'Gath. Like
I don't either.
I
Darius-
just
Darius is-
Coach, ask stand ready because I don't either.
Yeah. Okay, no. Darius is so terrible to fight as Cho'Gath in lane. Like, sure, you can win in the late game, but when he gets 4-0-5 by the end of the game, you don't have fun. It was just micro and macro mistakes across the board from everyone.
Yo, my boy Northwolf solo killed the Darius twice.
Yeah, I was about to say,
That's some
no
bad
judging you, Mark.
No, you just need to know when to trade the Darius and when to go in on him. Like it just
Also-
it's
Also,
just
landing your Q makes all the difference, and I didn't see any of those happening.
Hey. Just because I'm bad doesn't mean I'm wrong.
I think you're better at carry champions, honestly. From watching.
Also, I
Oh,
don't know.
thank you. You're not wrong.
If you really do miss a lot of heals, then probably don't go Aftershock.
two.
Wait, you went
Yeah,
Aftershock.
I think it's throw like Aftershock on Cho'Gath.
Because I wasn't trying to fight him. So
Yeah,
what's the
but-
point of taking grasp?
because the
Yeah, but
the
if you
grass.
miss your Q, you have nothing. You have no keystone if you miss Q.
And I was just say that Cho'Gath with grasp is like every time you gain a grasp stack, you gain a damage on your E, so you become more and more powerful. Because Cho'Gath E scale with health, so you just need
Indeed.
to get more health, and more you get health, more you do damage. Like you can 3-shot. Like you could go Aleph Blade if you want with the Cho'Gath and do a still lot of damage because you will stack your 3E super quickly.
My
Never
comment on this
try
game.
that.
My comment on this game is that I thought that Caxi, the Gragas this game, played insanely well. He looked really
Yeah.
good. Almost
Yeah.
everything that worked for them was because he started it. Top snowballed off Gragas gank, mid snowballed off Gragas gank, and I'm pretty sure bot also snowballed off Gragas gank. So really proactive and did a lot of good stuff. Just
He's a
played
good
great game.
jungler. And that's why we just
Yeah.
banned him out in the next 2 games.
He had 89% KP this game.
Yeah, it was actually a Gragas 1v9
Yeah, it's pretty
in my
nuts.
opinion.
Yeah, when I guess they with Predator is able to pull up some gank all over the map and just not try to power farm, but just try to get his lane ahead. He can just like walk over with the game. Like you need to be really good to pull it off, but when you pull it off, it's like a 1v9. It's not like a Nevlin, but you have the same power in a way because you have easy gank set up, and if you have strong enough with you, you can just like.
Yeah.
Wait,
take
is
over
that
the
the
game.
AP Varus?
It is indeed. It isn't.
Are you guys just throwing games? Like, what is that?
No,
No,
AP
you
is
can-
actually good.
If your team doesn't lose across the board, AP Varus will solo carry as long as you don't lose.
As long as they don't lose, you're winning.
I
Yeah,
think
pretty
you guys
much.
are trying way too hard to bend the meta there on that one.
No, it's not trying too hard. It's worked for us. Just not in this.
Hey, until Coast loses, they're winning.
I think it's a little odd to say that the Varus was the reason that we lost this game when
That's
he was
true.
easily the best performing member on the team.
Yeah, I never said that. I just think
Easily.
it's
That's a little.
Yeah,
no.
Sometimes you have these games where it just kind of falls
Yeah.
apart early. Well
Yep.
played to Sio.
Yep. Or
He
not
played
CL,
too
it was-
well, so that way it overlapped and stole everyone else's skill. There we go.
Yeah, hibernation.
Yeah, and here's the
They
next
deserved
game.
this win.
Kian, what
Alright.
happened there?
Well, we put Stand Ready on the Fiora.
Yeah, we put Sanready on a carry and Varus went AD.
Why we gotta be flaming the AP or
The
Varus?
AP Varus is fine. It's just we lost.
Yeah.
Varus is a good boy.
So
These.
From
If you
from
watch
that
these games, they're pretty funny to watch. By the way, you should watch them. They're funny. They're funny.
There
from
were
that,
some
I
very
just
interesting
stand
fights.
ready taking more turret than kill that game.
I took 8 towers this game. So even though it looks like I probably didn't do too much just by this, I got 3 kills. All right. I took 8 of the 10 towers.
Yorga didn't die, and yet.
Yeah, both top laners never died and have. the
Yeah,
most
we didn't
CS.
interact with each other most of the game.
You're just like pushing on opposite sides of the map.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but
That feels like a wasted opportunity for Urgot.
Yes.
It's like you're not going to
He
beat the
could actually
Fiora.
fight me.
Yeah.
Well, now, if I took Hail of Blades, he wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is they put their best player on Trundle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that too.
I don't
Trundle,
think it
like,
was like
But it's against
as a
the
Trundle
Switch.
main, Trundle has not been good since
Yeah.
last season.
Also, if you're wondering about the bans, those were not the actual ones.
Why support
Okay.
Trundle?
wait, did
Our
you guys ban
support
Asher?
locked in Rel as the very last person to lock in. So we just wanted to get through that quickly.
Wait, I just noticed Ouchmouse does that support now.
Yes.
Yeah, wait,
He did
you guys-
fine. He didn't do poorly at all.
Did you guys ban Alistair? Or
No. If you want to look at the actual bans, you have to go to the draft law. This is literally because Avery, who's our support, decided to lock in Rel instead of Leona like he was supposed to the first time. So we had to remake the lobby.
I don't know. I actually thought the Thresh wasn't super good, but yeah.
Speaking of you guys
think he
swapped
missed-
back
missed
your
a lot
bot
of
lane again, right?
Stuff.
This
No.
what you're seeing is
Swapped.
most likely what will be happening going forward. They do swap occasionally, but probably 90% of games.
I
you'll
put
see.
a thing in roster
You're playing
changes
agency.
earlier as well.
Yeah. So that is a
Just-
roster swap.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they picked the Trundle just to counter the Sejuani because it's a traditional counter. But
No,
they
we
could
picked
have
Sejuani into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did.
That seems
There was a lot of
ambitious,
talking, like,
especially with
yeah.
Aftershock.
So I don't
Yeah.
know why the Trundle then.
Wait, Sejuani went Aftershock?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so here's the
we talked
mentality.
about this. Yeah, we talked about
We
this.
have Leona and Sejuani. If both
You-
take Aftershock, you can only steal one.
You guys have
Yeah.
an excuse for everything, don't you?
I mean-
There's no excuse for that.
I'm just gonna say.
You're
like, I
ask-
think, sorry. No, actually, just
Yeah.
talk about. I'll talk about something else.
I will say,
Yeah.
I mean, even if that is an excuse, I don't think Trundle ulted Sejuani once the entire game.
That's true, but now you're banking on Trundle to play bad, and I don't think. Okay, that'll work more often than not in gold, but
I think
I don't think that's a good basis for plans. Like, don't worry, they'll fuck it up.
I guess it's all right. I just feel like Fleet is pretty good.
Yeah. I'll be straight up.
It worked out because we had
the other one that you can.
we had two Aftershock users, and if you're smart, you're always gonna ult the Aftershock Leona that just W'd because she has more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but Sejuani
Well,
is
Sejuani-
stronger in the long fight.
Yeah, she has more HP in the end.
Yeah, but if you want raw resistances,
No,
which
but,
I mean,
but
I'm
what-
Fiora, don't do it. But if you want raw resistances, you would ult Leona every time.
I mean,
feel like that's a misplay.
Yeah,
It's not about making yourself strong, it's about making Sejuani a caster minion.
What's
yeah.
Sejuani? That's a caster minion.
the biggest issue with this, in my opinion, is that Hibernation has no reliable engage.
Yeah,
that
also
too.
they're like the MF ults were just not super good either. Like on a lot of team fights, she ulted.
I forgot
they
Kian went
ulted
chem
really
tank this
early
game.
and, like,
Their best engage
not a
it's
setup.
their best engage it's Silas with the Unult, and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
What do you guys? How do you guys think about the cleanse on Misfortune into Leona Sejuani?
I think
I
it's
think-
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, that's
Definitely.
what you should pick. That's what you should.
Are you trolling?
Taking cleanse into Leona is just a given, in my opinion.
It's also a Varus, so like you kind of have to.
Yeah,
There's
you get-
Leona Varus in a
Varus or,
set.
like Leona Ash or something.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
must.
against Leona, cleanse is really valuable because you kind of get a 2-for-1. Because most times Leona will like EQ in and then guarantee the ult off the Q stun. So if you cleanse the Q stun, the ult stun doesn't land.
As a Leo main, the biggest one is dealing with your ult in the mid game. Right? If the
Yeah.
Leo can't snipe you from across the map, then her value as a champion goes down a lot.
I like it. Yes.
But just to point out that Feder has a good CS on Urgot. If you check Booty Bang Billy with Urgot 2, it's like almost like 10 CS a minute, and like it's
That
super easy.
is over 10 CS a minute.
Yeah, and it's super easy with the Urgot when you rush Tiamat. After that, you just like every minion that come in your way is you just like
Every
if you
minion
wait,
just gets
like-
ground up. I would like to point out both Booty Bang and Billy and I were a full build.
Yeah.
True.
I think he played pretty well too on there.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
I think he should have gone Stride, but yeah,
Yeah.
probably would have given more access to like.
It actually, I think if he goes Stride here, I kill him.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think the thing is you're split pushing most of the game, so it's like he has to do something in team fights. Because I know in team fights, like he was trying to be in them, but it was just doomed.
But if he takes Stride Breaker, he can't match me if I am splitting.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone
It
can
sounds
match
really
her up.
weird, but with the tank item, he's actually better at matching me.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with
I
that.
think-
Like
I know, like it's better, but I think like even then you still probably win, like right? Because it's just Fiora. Like late game, it's unwinnable.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's true. I will
Anyways,
say,
y'all.
Cast and then you can
I'm gonna
really do
go.
it.
Let's go into the third game of this.
Bye-bye.
There's still more we got to get through. Let's try to speed these up a little bit. And here is game 3. Take the Lit Club victory.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely like the Wukong counter to Fiora.
Yes, because they had red side this game. I picked Malphite was up, and they picked Wukong. I have a problem with that. If you if you want to counter Fiora, lock in Malphite. It's unwinnable.
13 pounds.
Is
So
it?
MF
Yes,
only
it's
went
unwinnable unless
cleanse.
Malphite's an idiot.
yeah,
Malphite's
because
really good
Went
in
cleanse
that
because of
team, too.
Sejuani. She didn't go cleanse because of the bot lane.
the Malphite is able like to push the Fiora out of the lane with the with the corruption potion early level, and like mid levels, you're just able to poke with the Q. And after that, you just get Bramble and Tanky, and just like
Yeah.
stack armor. Just
And
becomes-
That's
then
true, a
you might
two-item
think, oh,
penalty.
well, Fjord can riposte Malphite ult. At max range, it has about a half-second cast time. If you cast within about 2/3, it's basically unreactable. You have to predict it, which is unreliable at best.
Yeah, true. Nice.
All right.
I just
Focusing a
figured
little
you'd
too
be able
much
to
on
outstat
top matchups.
No, I just think
Anyhow,
that-
why is he going support Trundle? Just build Frostfire. Ah,
Yeah, they put their best
this
player
guy
on
should
Trundle
not
again.
be playing Trundle.
on support Trundle. At least give him Frostfire Trundle. At least give him like the old school season 5 tank Trundle.
just
I
for
would
my
let-
just
The
for
man
my
was
son,
lucky.
it's the Jarvan like camping the mid lane and getting killed over and over in 2v2
Probably.
between Victor, and because Victor just put his W on the ground, and like with the Jarvan, it's the free stun, free everything. So that's
Yeah, that's
basically
true.
the game there.
Excluding towers, how did they get more objectives than you guys?
That's a
We
good
traded
question.
objectives.
I feel like you
for
guys
towers.
should have been in the driver's seat this whole game.
It was mostly I would take towers while they took dragons, pretty much.
Yeah, there
I
were
see
there
it.
were there were a lot of dragons where they would TP their top laner in for a 5v4, and then
You guys opted
stand,
out.
Well played by them.
stand ready would just say whatever and take 2 towers.
Yeah,
That was
makes
pretty much the
sense.
game, which I think is a solid game plan, and I think it was
Fair enough.
effective. So
I think it's an easy macro thing to like abuse when everyone wants to always fight for dragons.
yeah,
So I think it was pretty smart.
Yeah.
it worked. It worked these 2 games. I think that Hibernation did look pretty lost. Like I don't think that they'd ever like seen that before. So maybe some teams will be better at dealing with that, but definitely worked these games.
Oof.
And with that said, let's look at the final series that we had, which was between TSQBB versus Listen to Your Heart. And this is
Let's
game
go.
1.
I will say losing Razorleaf really hurt them. He was
True.
their best player. Right, Lost?
True.
I think he was probably the best with mid lane. I think they're pretty similar.
Oh, Snowdrift is now mid and now Wiggy's ADC. Interesting.
We had to put in a sub because I don't know. I haven't been really looking for an AD carry yet. I mean, I haven't, but like I haven't asked anyone because in my uni we're having finals and shit right now, so it's kind of busy.
I see.
Yeah, I feel
Like
you.
we haven't even done scrims in a while, so yeah, we're just been studying and shit.
Yeah, focus on school. It's more important,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
especially
we
with
just,
how much it costs.
yeah, we just ran with this roster, and we hadn't played Snowdrift mid like at all. So, but he's a mid lane main anyway, so it's like it went fine.
I just want to shout out TSQBB. I really like their draft this game. I think it's really solid.
Yes, I like it.
It looks really good to me.
It has a
I think-
clear game plan.
Yeah.
You have Leona with Oriana Ball for good engage. You have Set to possibly keep the Skarner away and alt Nico out with ult if you want to. And then you just have Olaf, who's always not bad. With Stride Breaker, by the way.
That being said, I think Zaya is kind of a bad pick. Like
I think Zaya is the
in
worst
any
pick on the
setting
side
right now.
TSQBB.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
Zaya's
not a whole
the
lot to
best,
ult.
but
But
Zaya is big for the safety that she got, and like the build you need 3 item, 4 item to be like effective with Zaya and do damage, and it takes
Yeah.
so much time, and you're forced to like you see that in LEC and LCS, like Zaya player are going like without mythic like before the 3rd item, so like you're waiting too much, and she doesn't have a clear path to be effective. Like she really needs like Essence River to be effective because it's she need mana to be effective. So
also,
I think people like her because she just brings safety, and I will say that Iso Bombstar still play fucking support in the top lane, and I hate that.
I don't like it. I still don't like it.
well, if it
I think it
works.
was we were
On that
really ahead in
topic.
the early game. Like we were super ahead in the early game this game, but the issue was we like traded really badly a few trades, and the game became a lot harder. But then I think our team comp just outscales, so then we just started winning team fights, and it was just over.
I think if you put ISO on a tank like Ornn this game, it goes better for you. In all honesty.
The issue was that like if we put him on a tank and he just gets harched on top lane, because that is a possibility. Like
is a
we probably
possibility,
just
yes.
lose the game off that, and it's really hard to lose lane as an enchanter top or like
Yeah.
get just.
I don't disagree with the karma at all, actually. I think Potato's
think-
a really good top laner, and just putting something safe into him is probably a good bet.
Yeah. Also, another thing was like their team comp is just running into us. If Karma just lets us run away, it's just that too.
Yeah, I like it.
I'll give you that. All right.
Yeah. Let's go on to
Onward.
game 2.
Um,
And this game looks
I
a
love how
little
you guys
weird.
basically ran it back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very similar
but
comp.
I think this mid matchup is better for them than last game.
Definitely.
Like I'm pretty sure Oriana is not good into Nico, and I think they're both Oriana mains, the mid laners. So he should have just picked
I
Victor
was
last time.
watching the stream from CPPW's perspective on this one, and he was just popping off this game.
Yeah, I don't know. He was like apparently the lane states were like pretty even, but then he just got fed in team fights.
So
Yeah,
I
he
could not
did
watch
great.
the game.
my
But
perspective watching this game was just that Jin free fired the whole game because Lee Sin has no initiative. Like
Yeah,
their
we
only
ban
engage is
initiative.
Skarner, and he has to try and like run through, so many champions to like get to the backline, so Jin can just say like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll have
How
fun.
much you want to bet Skarner gets through Volibear, Vi, Leona, and Victor W?
Yeah.
I think it gets oofed
And
into
the other
PW.
thing, it's like except the Skarner, like when Jin has like 2 item, it just like 2 shot or it will be insane, and just need like 2 item, and after that it's just like
Yeah.
the Jin is look just like oh, I see a Nico 4 shot, you die. Oh, I see a Lulu 4 shot, you die.
I think that Lee Sin really needed another hyper carry. Like if you have 2 supports, you need like something that is just gonna do, tons and tons of damage in a team fight, like a Cassio or something like that, instead of a Nico.
Cassiopeia instead of Nico here. Does Snowdrift play Cass? By any means?
No.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sucks. But I feel like Cassiopeia here against Volibear, Leona, and Vi. They
Yeah,
go
Cassie
in. They're
would be
not
good.
getting out.
Yeah.
I think another issue was I don't know. It was our AD carry does not play a lot of Noah does not play a lot of Tristana too. So I think that was probably one thing too, because we're just playing him in his AD carry right now. He used to main AD carry before, but like that was I don't know. He didn't like really main it. He played like mid and AD carry with secondary. But yeah, but he was mostly like a Kai'Sa player. So
And I
they
think
did that.
Tristana need like I don't like Lulu or Yumi with the Tristana.
Yeah,
She shine with another thing that she can engage and like
Yep, that is true.
because she need to go ahead early to be effective. So she need like somebody like a
Yeah, we didn't
Nautilus
have
or
any tank killers.
yeah.
I assume the Leona was picked early from TSQBB. Yes.
I left as soon as draft started because I had my own scripts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to assume Leona was picked early because otherwise, I know Kwai Maya mostly plays enchanters,
Yeah, I think they
But-
R3'd her or something like that, but I'm not sure.
but I think if Kwai Maya could not like play Leona or Nautilus, I think you should not have picked. They should not have picked Tristana and just pick someone that works with that.
Yep, I do agree.
Yeah. And with that being said, let's go into the final game. So game 3, which was a CSQBB loss. I don't remember what team this is.
Hey, there we go. There's the Yon. That's the hyper carry I wanted.
Yone.
Yeah, we had a better matchup mid this time.
Yeah,
We
that's
decided not
definitely
to
better
go
than
Nico.
Nico into Victor.
Yeah,
And he has a lot of early strength, and as I'm pretty sure Ramza put it, he is Yasuo for people that can't play Yasuo.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also,
Yeah.
Aphelios looks super bad this game. He got caught every single fight.
Yeah.
we just actually banned Jin really
Yeah,
early.
yeah. Aphelios need not a Leona, but like against again, it's like a mispick in the bot lane because like you can like Aphelios need like trash. It's like you will do good with the trash because it's like so immobile, and the trash will make him like more mobile and more able to
Especially against Hecarim Yone. Yeah.
Yeah, he got one shot by Yone like multiple fights, I think. Like there was
Yeah,
one fight around Dragon, he just like Yone missed ulti and then just started autoing him and killing him.
Yeah, my concern watching the game was like 50% of the time it was the player like being mispositioned, and the other 50% of the time he's Aphelios against Hecarim Yone, and there's just nothing he can do.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of like a twofold problem. That's like if they could have successfully peeled for Aphelios, I think that they could have won this game because it was relatively close for a large part of the game. I think.
Diddy
Yeah, I
7
wanna
has
say
no
Rockport.
items.
Yeah,
No, he probably sold them
He
all.
sold.
Okay.
Yeah, he sold them.
I don't know if he sold them all or not, so there we go.
I'm not saying the TSQBB should have won this game, but it definitely would have been closer. I think if they could have like protected the Aphelios better and maybe
Yeah.
around it.
And
I feel like this would have been a great Tristana game for them.
Yeah. Actually, I agree.
Yeah, Tristana would have been nice here.
They have like immobile carries and Hecarim and Orange is pretty good into immobile carries anyways. So is Yone.
Yeah,
they,
it's a
and
very
they
easy
have
1, 2, 3.
they have the horn to just engage anytime they want. So like the Aphelios, like when you see you see the horn, you know you're dying because like you have Yone, you have Hecarim, you no way you can like survive. So you need another way of do damage, and the Victor is not enough ahead to be the damage dealer.
Mhm.
Yeah. The only fight I think I saw Lee Sin lose this game was when Ornn pulled the trigger on the ult way too early and missed everybody, and then they lost after that, which tells me that Ornn is like critical to this comp. That whenever that works, they just sweep the fight and win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I unfortunately didn't get to watch this entire game. Was busy
I only
watching
watched
Mamma
the
Mia.
last part because my scripts were going on. So.
And with that
Very
being
nice.
said, that is all of the games from this week. So let's talk about the predictions for next week first. But let's go with the predictions for next week first. So the first game we have is TSQA versus TSQBB. So the matchups between the organization. So what are our thoughts on this one? How do we think?
I don't
what do we
think
think's gonna
anyone
happen?
actually believes TSQBB is going to win, but I believe in my boys in BB. They got this. I believe in them.
You know, I was gonna do the 2-0 for them just to meme, but nah, I think TSQA will win 2-0.
In no way that they don't.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I think
Yeah.
I think TSQA is, after having finally actually seen them play, I think they're arguably one of the best teams in the league.
They're fun to
So,
play
and
ARAMs with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As captain of the TSQBB fan club, TSQA is one of the best teams in the league, and I don't think they stand a
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm in agreement, but I had to put it.
By the way, it's not my prediction, just because I didn't you invite me at the last minute, so they're not
You
not
put
good.
Rockport 2-2.
Yeah, exactly. It's 4-2-2, right?
Oh yeah.
baby.
If you want to change yours real fast, you can go for it.
Hey, damn
Um,
import, dude.
I'll do it.
TSQBB is fun to watch, by the way. Their stream was entertaining.
Yes, I love
enjoyed
them.
watching it.
They're wonderful
Yeah.
people too. I enjoy playing with them. I enjoy their stream. They're delightful.
Yeah. So
All right. Now here's a good contentious one. Listen to your heart versus Collective Odyssey.
It's kind of back and forth. I think it's 4-2.
I love how everybody thinks Collective Odyssey is gonna win at least a game.
I think CO has a chance to actually take a game on this, just because
Yeah.
I feel like with their new mid laner, he's been playing really well, and I feel like they can play around him enough and just survive until a later game that they'll be pretty much fine.
So I will say that my
Ooh.
2-0 for Collective Odyssey is a little conditional. So basically, I'm basing this off the fact that CO seems like they've been like on the up and up for a while now, and I think that after watching Listen's game the other day, I think that they looked much worse without Razor. They lost a game to TSQBB, so I think that even though I don't know much about CO, I think that what I do know tells me that they should win this.
Yeah, Lee Sin lost their best player for one, and for two, CO almost took a game off of us, and I never thought they would.
I think if CO clean like their macro call and their way to play the game, they could be one of the best team in the league. Like no, I see them as like the underdog. Like that's the team that can win the league that nobody expect. Because they're super near to be like a really good team, and it's just like they just need to understand how to play better in the late game because they have a really good laner, right? Actually,
Who's
Yeah.
like the main catalyst for CO? Is it just the mid laner that's really
It's the
good?
mid laner.
He's definitely their mid laner. He's always popping off.
yeah. But very soon with 4 wards, and they can go 2 walls. So
Yeah.
a good mid laner can bring you anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this game is also conditional. Like, it's just I don't know if we'll actually have practice before the game. We did move it to Friday so that maybe we can get one scrim game in before then, but we'll see because our finals it's this week, so it's gonna be weird. But I also need to find an 80 carry, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
It'll
Yeah, I
definitely
think
be
I think that
interesting.
I think that Lee Sin is kind of running into the same problems that Lit Club ran into in the beginning of the season, where like they had a strategy that worked, and then they kept doing the same thing over and over again. Teams are like starting to figure it out.
Yeah.
So-
we've been doing a lot.
With that being said, let's head over to our third game, our third real game, which is Rockport versus Oasis, two of our higher seeds.
I'm
Rockport
excited for this
2-0.
one. I'm excited for this one because
I am
I've been
too.
talking a lot of crap on OAM on this for a while because I think they're inconsistent, but they're really not. They keep winning, so I guess that my first week impression of them was probably misguided because they keep finding wins and they keep looking good. So I'm really interested to see how they stack up against Rockport. That said, I think that Rockport is pretty consistent. So
I think Rockport's just better.
Aw. thank
Yeah,
you.
I think you guys are just better than
I-
OAM. That's
I
all it is.
think Feathers is a huge win con, and I think Northwolf is good enough to play against him. And I've
Yeah, I
watched
think the top
Northwolf
lane
beat
matchup
him
is gonna
before.
be the thing that decides it.
I will say that Feathers play some champs that are good into the tanks that Rockport always drops.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
So
true.
I think that's going to be hype. I'm excited to watch it.
You know, the only reason why I'm giving OAM 2-1 here is because you know, I don't know about Sean's jungling, but I know about Bostro jungling. If Bostro was jungling, I would say 2-0 Rockport, but I don't see yeah. No Bostro jungle, sorry.
Interesting. Who is
I love
Rockport's
you too.
jungler now?
Sean
Sean.
here.
It's Sean.
Sean? Was he
Sean the
the
Fiddler.
support before? Like did they
Yeah, he
swap?
was
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, there's a
Interesting.
lot of roster changes over there. Not roster
I don't
changes, just
know,
role
like,
swaps.
I've seen some of the Rockport's game, and I think like not to say like that I'm not saying that he's a bad jungler, but I don't think he's like the reason why they're winning games. And I
Yeah.
think that Oasis the jungler is actually pretty good. So
Interesting.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens. And with that, let's go over to our fourth game, which is an exhibition game between Hibernation and Lit Club. And we'll get to the reasoning for
Exhibition,
that.
even though we beat them last week.
Yes. So this did happen, and it was a 2. What was the score
It was a
last week?
2-1, which is, and I think it's going to be a 2-1 for us again. Like, in all honesty, I don't think they let me get Fiora again, but you know, I can play more than Fiora.
See
would
how it
hope.
goes.
Yeah,
We will
I don't
definitely
know.
see how it
I
goes.
feel like we lost game 1 last time because we had a lot of like mistakes that compounded, and I think as long as we don't like make mistakes, I think it's pretty hard for us to lose. But that said, we are prone to making mistakes, so who knows?
It'll definitely be
Um,
interesting.
yeah.
But let's go talk about a little bit of other stuff real fast. So this is me giving a spiel now. So for anyone realizing, in the standings page here, we have a second team in red. And unfortunately, red means DQ'd and banned. So competitive ruling actually just came out probably about an hour and a half before we started this. Was that the Trench had a lot of plots and other things behind the scenes, and they had a Smurf, and we have decided that they shall be removed from the league, and every win they had using their Smurf, which was every single game, will be turned into losses and forfeits. So they are now the bottom of the pack. So we now have shots fired in 9th place and the Trench in 10th place.
I'm so proud of shots fired.
Yeah.
Even though they couldn't finish, they aren't in last.
They aren't in last,
oh my
and I
God.
think that's what really matters. But so there is
Oh.
some interesting things that this means now, though. So for one, congrats to every single team on behalf of warning shots, or not warning shots, on shots fired and the Trench. Y'all are getting the playoffs. Every single last one of y'all.
Boy.
I'm so proud of TSQBB.
Yeah, y'all get to go against everyone else again. So you'll see how that goes.
Hooray.
We were still talking about if we're going to change anything with playoffs because, there's now a bye week since there's no gauntlet. So we'll see how it all goes. And we will get back to y'all. Captains will really be the ones getting the messages, and they'll probably reach out to the teams individually. At least that's how I would assume it would go, because messaging every player is a lot of work that I don't want to do. So yeah, now we only
So
have
guys-
8 teams.
So Affliction is now the LCS. 4 good team, 4 weak team, and 2 bottom of the pack seed Golden Guardian CLG type of team.
Ooh,
Pretty
Ooh,
much,
that
man.
definitely won't age well.
That won't age well, but you're not wrong there. I mean, if you look at the standings right now, we have 8 teams that are left, and 4 of them are all really competing for that first or second spot. 4 teams with a 6-1 score, and then everyone else kind of filing in underneath it. So let's talk about that for a while. So what do we think? Who do we think is going to go really far in the playoffs? Who's going to get knocked out pretty early?
I think Rockport and TSQA are in finals, assuming they're not on the same side of the bracket at the beginning.
Let
they would
me
make
pull up the
finals.
bracket. That'll probably make things easier.
One question: who gets the win in SF versus TT, man?
True.
SFTT.
I really wanted to play them next week, I'll be honest.
We're gonna give each team 10 points and put them in first place seeds, so that way Hibernation and TSQVV get screwed. No, I'm joking. We're not doing that. That would be really awful. Let me pull up my bookmarks and stuff. This. Let's go here. How do these again? So we got space. Let's pull up the bracket and see what's going on. By the way, just for roster stuff while this is loading, if your name is in orange, you have a win rate contract. Blue, you've alts. Red, you're not eligible. If there's no color, you're good.
If you're generic gray,
Right.
you're fine.
Yeah.
I'm still the only starter on my team that doesn't get one because I have like a 30-some% win rate.
Yeah.
Big sad.
Okay,
I
here we
believe
go.
that's
So the
fine.
gauntlet now
No
is no
problem.
more. And there was an X here earlier. If you saw that, that was funny on behalf of Toad. If this ever decides to load. Here we go. So, first week we have... Here we go. So first week we have seed 3 and 6 playing 4 and 5. And I believe... Do we have the standings somewhere? Oh, I do. Right here. Just hold the standings.
You should probably just close all the tabs.
Yeah, let me close all these. Perfect. There we go. So TSQA versus Collective Odyssey are going to be playing each other. It was 3 and 6 and 4 and 5, right? And then Listen to Your Heart and Lick Club will be playing against each other. At least I believe so.
But
Yep.
As of right now.
As of right now.
As right now.
That is subject to change. So we're just looking at it currently though.
Game score?
Sorry?
Is it just based on game score, or is it based on
So
head-to-head too?
standings goes based on match score first, then game score second. I don't know why this is like this.
Wait,
Someone messed
head-to-head
up.
doesn't matter? Or
It matters if you're tied.
So
like,
head to head
if
will only
if Lick Club
matter
ended up
if you're
Go ahead.
tied,
if we're tied?
and I believe it only starts in playoffs. Or for playoff
okay.
seedings and stuff.
Yeah, so if Lick
It's
Club and
stated
Leeson
specifically in the
ended up-
rules.
ended up tied, then you would get seated above us.
Yeah.
Alright.
In the standings right now, that isn't updated. For
So-
who's for head to heads, because technically these 3 teams should be in order, or technically 4 teams. No, these 2 are in the right spot. So these 2 teams are competing for 3rd place right now. Just because the game score is the same. But alas, just to go over the playoffs one more time. Seeds 1, 2, 8, and 7 all gonna bye. Unfortunately, 8 and 7 you do start in the losers bracket. That's your punishment for starting so low, as quoted from the founders. Over here, if anyone noticed, that these people play 2 times in 1 week. So we will talk about that more towards the end. And we will have our finals from the winner of the losers bracket and the winner of the winners bracket.
With
And
Captain Flowers.
yes, we gotta work on that real life Skarner's Fire to get Captain Flowers to cast our finals for us.
Get on that fire, man.
So if you want to get Captain Flowers to cast your game, you know what to do. I think we've calculated the dimensions of it already, so it's a lot of work, but we'll do it. we'll hope to do it. So y'all need to help out though. But with that being said, that is it for this week of the Affliction review. I will leave you guys off with the standings, and we will see you next week.